Marvel has shown the exclusive trailer of Avengers Doomsday at D23, and the multiverse that we thought was shattered has been connected through this tease. This isn't just a tease. It's a complete blueprint of how insanely massive this movie scale is going to be, something even the Russo brothers have confirmed. Do you remember the first tease of Endgame? It featured clips from Marvel movies with dialogue shown in black and white to highlight where the characters' journeys began, where they were heading, and where they might end. Something very similar has been done here too. But I can't show it because if I do, my channel might get taken down. That's why I'll only talk about the audio, its meaning, and what we can interpret from it. First, let's talk about the trailer style. It doesn't feel like a polished, regular trailer. The Russo brothers themselves appear with a behind-the-scenes type introduction from the London set. In the background, Paul Rudd is seen joking around, while the Russos build hype by saying Doctor Doom is coming and will be the biggest threat in the MCU. Basically, just like what happened during the time of Infinity War and Endgame. They've confirmed here too that the scale will be huge, something you'll understand even more by the end of this breakdown. The trailer begins with the regular Marvel Studios intro, but halfway through, the music suddenly stops. Then it cuts to Thor's dialogue where he says, "We can put together the greatest team ever." This line is actually from Thor: Love and Thunder. But here it might mean that Thor will have his own separate team, different from the Avengers. The last time we saw Thor, he was fighting monsters in space alongside Love. So, it's only natural that he forms his own team in this journey. Also, not adding Thor to the Avengers is a smart move by the Russos. Because when such a powerful character is with the Avengers, they have to limit his power, like we saw in Endgame, where first he was depressed, then fell into the obese category. Even though he was still powerful and cool, his impact wasn't the same as it had been in Infinity War. Anyway, who could be part of Thor's team? We'll discuss that in another video. For now, let's move to the next dialogue. But before that, let's talk about the transition sound in the middle. The sound effect feels like a mix of magical and mechanical. This could mean that it's the result of some magic performed by Doctor Doom. So there are two possibilities. Either it's just part of the trailer's music preparing us for Doom's introduction, or Doom himself is observing everything with his magic, similar to how Wanda used the Darkhold to peek into other universes. The only difference is that if Doom does it, it will glow green. At first, I thought maybe Doom had built some kind of machine, like a TVA, to watch these things. But after hearing the sound, I felt no machine would make that kind of effect. It's definitely magic. Now, moving on to the next dialogue. This one is from Sam Wilson. He says, "If we can't see the good in each other, we have already lost the fight." This directly hints that Sam's Avengers team will likely merge with the new Avengers. Because the new Avengers have been involved in so many controversial incidents that, even if they don't fall into the black category, they are definitely in the gray zone. So their flaws have to be overlooked and their goodness acknowledged in order for them to be part of the Avengers team. That's exactly what Sam is acknowledging here. And it makes sense because the new Avengers saved New York from the void, which no one else could. Actually, this dialogue is from a scene in Captain America 4, when Sam visits the raft to meet Ross. So it could also mean that instead of the new Avengers, we might see Red Hulk in the team Sam is forming. After this, we see Shuri in a scene where she says, "Now is our time to strike." This line is from Wakanda Forever, when she first entered the MCU as Black Panther. But this dialogue might also appear in this movie, probably during the moment when John Walker, Joaquin Torres, the new Falcon, and the Fantastic Four team are all together on a ship. A leaked photo of this ship has already surfaced. There are many dialogues in Marvel that characters repeat more than once, serving as callbacks. For example, Captain America's iconic, "I can do this all day," or "Sam's on your left." These lines either transcend the essence of the moment or represent it, which is why they hold such importance. Moving forward, the next dialogue is from Ant-Man, where he says, "Will I be there when Avengers need me?" Absolutely. If you remember, this was the closing line from his book. The Russo brothers deliberately included this line in the trailer to confirm that Ant-Man will also be a part of this big fight, even though Kang's name has been removed from the equation. In fact, Paul Rudd's presence was confirmed when leaked photos from the set surfaced, directly linking him to the shoot. There's also a shot of Yelena Belova, where she says, "We stick together from now on," which carries the spirit of the Thunderbolts and establishes her presence. This was the line she delivered at the end of the Thunderbolts movie as they moved forward together. Alongside her, Red Guardian has an inspirational moment too. While driving a cab, he says, "This has the makings of a team that can bring light from the darkness." And based on this line, I had suggested earlier that maybe the new Avengers will join forces with the old Avengers. So essentially, I believe that in Avengers Doomsday, we'll first see new Avengers versus old Avengers, but eventually, they'll realize it's better to fight together than apart. That's why in the teaser, we see members from both sides aboard the Fantastic Four ship. The most powerful line of the teaser, however, comes from Loki, where he says, "Erasing things to the ground is easy. Fixing what's broken is hard." This line is directly from Loki Season 2, implying that the TVA will also have a major role in Doomsday. And of course, since the entire multiverse chaos is converging here, it's only natural for the TVA to be involved. With that, Sylvie's cameo is almost confirmed, because if the TVA is there, she's bound to be part of it too. Loki's presence itself signifies that this movie won't be limited to just one team. Multiple teams will enter the battlefield. The trailer even teased the X-Men's entry. Patrick Stewart's Professor X says, "There are forces in this world. A war is coming." This dialogue was originally at the end of X-Men 2, but the way it's integrated here makes it feel like he's referring directly to Doctor Doom. The editing is so seamless that even an old movie's dialogue fits perfectly into the multiverse saga. Additionally, a line from Cyclops in X-Men 1 is used, "If anything happens, I will take care of them." This hints, just a possibility, that Charles Xavier might die once again. Now, let's talk about the Fantastic Four's moment. Reed Richards' heroic line from the Fantastic Four movie, "Today we are your defenders," is also shown here. And it makes perfect sense because if Doctor Doom appears in any MCU movie, it has to be a Fantastic Four film, especially with him entering the Baxter Building. So, the Fantastic Four's involvement was always confirmed. This means Avengers, Fantastic Four, and X-Men will all gather on the same battlefield. Even Fury's war cry scene from Wakanda was included in the trailer, which immediately brings back Infinity War vibes and clearly teases a massive battle against Doom. So, the trailer makes it absolutely clear. Avengers Doomsday won't be just another crossover. It will be a war zone where Avengers, Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four, X-Men, and others all stand together against one ultimate villain, Doctor Doom. And this is just the beginning. More leaks and teases are on the way. So, if you don't want to miss them, make sure to subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video with a brand new topic. Until then, bye-bye.